Hello everyone, welcome back into another video. Today we're playing Genshin Impact and we're back with Lost 50/50s, the series where we play characters that you get when you lose 50/50s or when you get a character from the standard banner. Since my last video, there are two new characters that have been added into the standard banner, which are Tighnari and Deia. So this week we'll do Tighnari and next week it's Deia's turn. But yeah, for now, let's see what Tighnari is all about. Alright, so Tighnari, he is a Dendro main DPS, he uses a bow as a weapon, and the main stats we are going to prioritize are Elemental Mastery, attack percentage, and the usual crit stats and Dendro damage bonus. Okay, first of all, let's talk about his talents. We have his normal attacks, which are the main priority. This is the first thing we want to upgrade up to maximum level. Then we have on our second priority our elemental burst, and finally our elemental skill that doesn't need to be leveled because it only increases the damage it deals and nothing else, and that doesn't really matter with our rotation. Back to our normal attacks, we have a series of 4 attacks. The third attack will hit twice, so there we go. They do look something like this. And then we have charge attacks. They come in 2 forms. We have the normal charge attack, which infuses the arrow with Dendro. Then if we hold the button a bit longer, we have our charge attack level 2, which will deal Dendro damage with the main arrow. And those 4 additional projectiles will track enemies. That poor Firefly sadly is no more, but anyway, it served as a test subject for our charge attack, I guess. So yeah, those projectiles are called Cluster Bloom arrows. They will deal Dendro damage, and it's actually quite a lot of damage. It's 65.6% at level 9, times 4, plus the red arrow, which is the level 2 charge attack, which deals 148.2% damage. So in total, it's almost 400% damage just from this attack. The elemental skill is only used for one reason, which is this suffusion effect. I'm not gonna pronounce this word.
Vishnana.
But what it does is we throw a bomb on the ground that will summon an AoE that will deal Dendro damage once, and then we also have these fireflies that are orbiting us. Each and every one of those fireflies, so 3, will give Tighnari the ability to unleash the level 2 charge attack instantaneously. So we do that, and now, as you can see, we have immediately our level 2 charge shot that usually takes a bit longer to charge. As you can see, the skill damage is not that high and the cooldown is 12 seconds, so it's not really worth building into. And leveling the ability up only increases the damage it deals, so not really recommended. But yeah, you will use it a lot to gain the suffusion effect and spam those 3 charge attacks. Then we have the ultimate, which is interesting because first of all, when you shoot the ability, it summons 6 Tangle Vine Shafts that will deal Dendro damage and seek nearby targets. They will deal 89% damage per projectile. Plus, we have the secondary Tangle Vine Shafts that appear after we hit something with our ultimate, and they will deal a lot more damage. So the ability itself does deal a ton of damage in very small packages. The cooldown is only 12 seconds and the cost is very low at 40. We will usually open the rotation with burst, then use our skill, or vice versa, then do 3 level 2 charge attacks for free, thanks to the fusion effect. Then we swap to our teammates, do whatever we have to do with them, and go back to Tighnari and repeat the rotation. Then we have the passive talents, which are Keen Sight, that increases Elemental Mastery by 50 for 4 seconds after we fire a red arrow, that means the level 2 charge shot. And then we have Scholarly Blade. This increases the damage of our charge attacks and our Elemental Burst by 0.06% per point of Elemental Mastery, up to a maximum of 60%. That means whenever we reach 1000 Elemental Mastery, we have the maximum amount of damage we can get from this passive talent. Finally, we have the exploration talent, the special talent, which is encyclopedic knowledge. This will display the location of resources unique to Sumeru on the minimap. Very straightforward and very useful for special materials. Moving on to Constellations, they are quite powerful and you will eventually get them just by summoning either on the standard banner or if you lose a 50/50 for Tighnari on the character banner. Constellation 1 increases the crit rate of our charge attacks by 15%, very solid buff. Constellation 2 grants 20% Dendro damage bonus to Tighnari whenever he throws his elemental skill at enemies. This lasts 6 seconds when the field duration ends, or if there are no more enemies within the field itself. Constellation 3 increases the level of his elemental burst by 3, that means it will deal more damage. Constellation 4 increases elemental mastery by 60 for 8 seconds for all party members whenever you unleash your ultimate, and if that ultimate triggers any of the Dendro related reactions, it will increase elemental mastery by an additional 60. And that will also refresh the duration of the buff. Constellation 5 increases the level of your elemental skill. And finally, we have Constellation 6. This will basically make your level 2 charge shots a lot faster to charge, and that means you can use Tighnari a lot more on field. Additionally, you will summon one more Class Emblem arrow that will deal 150% of Tighnari's attack as damage. Overall, all constellations are nice, and other than Constellation 5, I think they will give your Tighnari a big boost in damage. Let's now talk about weapons. We have the signature Tighnari weapon, which is Hunter's Path, although that hasn't been seen in the game for a long time. So if you have that weapon, good for you. But otherwise, I don't think it's coming back anytime soon. So either we wait for some special banners or the weapon is just gone. If you're lucky to have the weapon, it's the best one for Tighnari. Moving on to other options, we have the Amos Bow, a nice stat stick that will increase your charge attack damage by 12% from the passive, plus an additional 8% for every 0.1 seconds the arrow stays in the air, up to 5 times. That means if you're far away enough from an enemy, it will deal up to 40% more damage. Then we have the Skyward Harp, another nice stat stick because of the crit rate and the crit damage. We then have the Aqua Simulacra, a very powerful bow for Tighnari because it does provide a stupid amount of crit damage, so it's very powerful as well. And it does also increase Tighnari's damage by 20%, so another great stat stick if you need some more crit damage. Moving on to the Battle Pass weapons, we have the Scion of the Blazing Sun. This is actually a very powerful bow because it has crit rate as a substat. It has a chance to summon a Sunfire arrow after we hit an enemy with arrow charge attacks and deal 60% attack as damage, and apply the Heartseeker effect on the opponent. That means they will take 28% more charge attack damage. This can happen only every 10 seconds, but the debuff lasts for 10 seconds, so pretty much 100% uptime. The other Battle Pass option is the Viridescent Hunt. This is also nice because of the crit rate, but the passive is kind of whatever, and yeah, it doesn't deal that much damage. Then we have the craftable options. One of them is the Prototype Crescent, which is a nice stat stick. It does have attack percentage as a substat and increases our attack by an additional 36% at rank 1. And yeah, it's a nice option if you need a weapon that's powerful and it's free. Then we have the King's Squire, another craftable weapon that is okay for Tighnari. Mostly it won't affect us that much, but it has attack percentage as a substat and increases our elemental mastery by 60. It will also deal some more damage whenever we trigger the effect, but honestly it's not that important, so yeah, don't care about that. And honestly, those are pretty much all the weapons I would use on Tighnari. There might be some other weapons I probably forgot about, like the Blackleaf Bow, but yeah, if you have them, use them, I guess. These are, for me, the best choices. Finally, we have artifact sets. You can actually now very easily see down here which set is the best for him and what usually players use on Tighnari. I do recommend going for Wanderer's Troop because it's, first of all, very easy to farm. You will eventually get a nice set just by playing the game, and it both buffs elemental mastery and charge attack damage, so pretty much everything we need. Then we have Gilded Dreams, which will also grant us 80 elemental mastery and increase our attack percent and our elemental mastery depending on our teammates. If they are Dendro as well, they grant Tighnari 14% more attack. If they are not Dendro, they will grant Tighnari 50 elemental mastery. It's a very powerful set as well, but it's probably harder to farm than just farming Wanderer's Troop. If you want to farm Gilded Dreams, you might have a chance to also get Deepwood Memories from the same domain, so you might get that as well. And this is mostly used on support characters like, for example, Nahida or Baiju. The 2-piece set increases Dendro damage, but the 4-piece set is what we care about, which is reducing the Dendro resistance of enemies hit by our elemental skill or elemental burst by 30% for 8 seconds. Then you can, of course, go for 2-piece Wonder, 2-piece Kill the Dreams, and to piece the Wood Memories in whatever combination you want. Just remember to prioritize critical stats, elemental mastery, and finally attack percentage. And you want elemental mastery on your sands, dendro damage on your goblet, and one of the critical stats on your circlet, depending on which one you need the most. Finally, we have teams. Honestly, you do want another dendro character to trigger elemental resonance, which increases elemental mastery by up to 100 by triggering reactions. Then you want an electro character. Honestly, Fischl is the best character to use because of her off-field electro application and for basically having 100% uptime on that electro application. Fourth slot, which can be either Kokumi for some hydro application off-field and healing. You can also go for, Zhongli. You can go for Furina. You can use Bennett as well if you want. You can even use Kuki Shinobu as another electro character. You can also go for Raiden as your electro applicator and build her with elemental mastery. That's pretty much team building. 2 dendro units, 1 electro character, and your 4th slot can be a healer, a support, or another character that you like. Alright, that is pretty much Tighnari. I will showcase 2 different teams and also showcase them in the current Abyss 12 so you can have an idea of what is happening. I do have to mention that my Nahida is Constellation 2 and my Furina is Constellation 6, so of course they will deal a lot more damage than your Nahida or your Furina if you don't have that many constellations. They are quite invested, so that will probably change as well, but focus mostly on Tighnari's damage because it is pretty solid. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, leave a like and remember to subscribe for more content. If you have some tips or you want to correct something I said, do that in the comments as well. Just remember to be nice, and I wish you a great rest of the day. Bye bye.
Humans, what have you learned?